Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to African Travel and More. I'm Yolanda and this is Jeff. We're gonna do a little bit of music like we always do. Be a little mellow this morning.
You remember we make these up.
So far so good.
This is the day the Lord has made, and I will be glad in it. I will be glad in it, and I will be glad in it. This is the day the Lord has made, and I will be glad in it. I will be glad in it. I will be glad in it. Okay, if you listen, this is your part. Now you sing something to this.
All right, welcome.
Here we go. This is the day the Lord has made, and I will be glad in it. I will be glad in it, and I will be glad in it. This is the day the Lord has made, and I will be glad in it, and I will be glad in it, and I will be glad in it. Here comes your part. This is the day the Lord has made, and I will be glad in it, and I the day the Lord has made, and I will be glad in it.
Hey, Dante.
Glad in it, and I'm glad in it. One more time. This is the day. This is the day it's made, and I will be glad in it, and I will be glad in it, and I will be glad in it. Okay.
Hey, all right, welcome, Aquaba.
So you remember we come up with these songs
Yes.
minute, and as I always say, if you don't like it, that's why, because we just came up. But if you do like it, we must be a genius.
All right now. Hey, welcome everyone. I hope that you had a fantastic week last week. We're starting the new week today. Okay, and we just wanted to pop on really quick to talk about, trying to get to that little part, to talk about travel. Okay, that shouldn't surprise you. To just kind of talk about some of the new stuff that's coming out. Mainly this digital travel pass that's coming out from IATA. I always struggle with saying it, but that's it's short for International, or the acronym for International Air Transport Association. Yeah, they're rolling out this digital travel pass, and what it's going to do, or what they're wanting it to do, is condense all of our information onto our cell phone, and they're saying that it's going to be secure that way. Um, there's some plus and some minus, or some pros and cons in it. I'll just present the information, and then you can tell me what you think. But yeah, this is just going to be a real short today. But I think it's important information that you're going to need to travel smart, because I'm hearing that a lot of people, excuse me, you hear my dog, are getting caught up in travel problems, travel fiascos. I know that we really didn't get caught up in travel fiasco, but I'll just tell you a little bit. I'm going to show you.
Well, a lot of people have, and you just have to know that
Yes,
it can be pretty dramatic and kind of harsh. Actually, borderline well, maybe not borderline,
yeah.
but kind of somewhat unnecessary. It's just you know,
Oh yeah,
it's
even
surprising the level of treatment that you get nowadays, and everybody just feels okay with it. But anyway, I'm sorry.
right. No, you're fine, because that's kind of leading. I was getting ready to go off track a little bit and tell them about even here in the US. I know that many of you are checking in from Germany, from the UK, from all over. Let me know where you are, what you're hearing. I'm hearing even within the US. I have relatives that recently, just this past week, flew to Hawaii, only to be turned around because they didn't have their COVID test. And I should say Rona test, so they could check everything, but they didn't have the test. So they flew back, had to, and the good part is they get to go back and enjoy their vacation. The bad part is they got caught up in some of the drama, some of the unnecessary drama. So I'm gonna show you this video. Let me see, I'm in the right place. Oh, here it is. Show you this video that's talking about the digital pass, and then we'll come back and talk some more. Okay, here we go.
COVID-19 is changing the way we travel. Health requirements like testing and vaccinations will have a greater impact on where and how we can fly. This is why we have developed IATA Travel Pass, a one-stop shop to securely and conveniently let you verify that you meet COVID-19 health requirements for your journey. The app is simple and easy to use. First, it enables you to create a secure digital version of your passport on your mobile phone, which will link your COVID test or proof of vaccination and travel information to your verified identity. You can then add your flight details. The app will automatically let you know what travel and health requirements are needed for your destination. This information is supplied by Thematic, the industry's most trusted source for global travel regulations. If you need a test, it will provide you with a list of verified health centers near your point of departure. There, your digital ID will be confirmed using your physical passport, which will allow the lab to securely send test results to your mobile device. Once governments issue digital vaccine certificates, you'll be able to upload yours to the app. If you meet the health requirements for your trip, you will receive an OK to travel notification. And with that, you're ready to fly. You can check in from home, sharing your status with the airline or border authorities before travel, or by showing it throughout your journey. All your data will be encrypted and saved on your phone, which means it will not be stored on a central database, and nobody but you can access it. The app's digital ID function will also pave the way for a future where travel is even more contactless. And IATA Travel Pass can act as your digital passport. It is a secure and user-friendly solution that travelers, airlines, and governments can trust, either on its own or incorporated by airlines into their own app. IATA Travel Pass gives you certainty in an uncertain world. so you can once again be reunited with family and friends, attend that important business meeting, or take a much-needed holiday and reconnect with the world and all it has to offer.
Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to share that with you because this is how they plan on reopening the borders with this digital pass, and it's being test piloted. I think Emirates Airlines um, did it, and some other airlines. But what's going on is they're saying that this will be a more reliable way to open borders. I see plus and, like I say, minus for this. One thing that's good about this particular um, way is that it can inform you of what country wants what. And that's important because we were traveling from Gambia to Senegal. We were not really sure because we weren't traveling by air. We drove from Gambia, excuse me, to Senegal. And because we drove, we really didn't know until we got to the border that, and really they didn't have anything between the land borders. But fortunately, we had a test from Ghana. So, that can be a daunting and uncomfortable situation. You're traveling, and especially when you're at the mercy of some of these border crossings, and it's not just in Africa. I'm going to say it's worldwide because I view this Corona as a huge money grab. And I don't know how much this travel pass is going to cost. I was really researching online, seeing how much the travel pass would cost. There's also another type of pass that IATA is putting out that's called One, and that's with I believe the proper way is biometrics. I believe that you're going to be able to look. They already have that. When you travel through Dubai, you're able to look, and they're able to scan and do all of that. That's like sci-fi stuff that's been here for a couple of years in other countries. In the US, we just haven't seen so much of it. But what I would really encourage you to do, uh, especially I know as I'm in the US, is always check with your travel travelstate.gov is the website. And also something that I was noticing is the labels or the let me find, what did I call it? It's what they're putting on when you travel to different countries. Like different countries have different levels. Like for instance, right now I thought it was interesting that Ghana had a level 3, and reconsider traveling there is what's placed. So and then Botswana had a level 4, which is do not travel at all to Botswana. But when I dug a little deeper to see why they're saying do not travel to Botswana, it's because of the new law that was put into place in the US on January the 26th, saying that all US passengers or all passengers traveling to the US must have must provide a negative COVID-19 test. So in some of these countries, when you travel, see, first of all, they don't have the same problems as we do in the United States with COVID. They have very, very small amounts of COVID. Tanzania had small amounts of COVID. That's why their president, late great Dr. Magufuli, didn't want the vaccine because they didn't have those numbers. But what I'm saying is that when you're traveling, say you go to Tanzania and you travel, after you've had, you traveled and say you were just vacationing there, you want to come back, they may not have the COVID testing site. So when you try to return to the US, you're not going to be able to. If you try to return, and I don't know if it's the same in UK and some of the other European countries, but that's kind of what's happening right now. So just to give you a little heads up, especially for expats living abroad who I know are going to return home and do traveling soon. I just wanted to we just wanted to just come on and just share this this week because wow, it is it's something you can really get caught up in this. Hey, hey, my friend. Good morning to you too. I'm needing to work all the controls so I can put up each time when someone said something. But I hope that this is helpful. How many of you have heard about this digital travel pass? Have you heard about it or because it's here and well, it's actually hasn't rolled out just yet. They're testing it. But what my thoughts are is that by next year, depending on how people react with this vaccine, a lot of people are not wanting to take it. Um, we're just not seeing the protests that are taking place worldwide, especially not in this mainstream media like CNN or Fox, or if you watch that. There are protests worldwide where people are not interested. So I'm really, really wondering what the airlines will do about this because truthfully, you can take the test, and get on the airline and fly safe. You just have to present a negative test, which reminds me that it's a good idea to take two tests. That's what we did when we left the US. We took two tests to make sure that we had at least one test, and we had to have it 72 hours. Chef, was it 72 hours? It couldn't be more than 72 hours.
Yes, that would be. You have to be
Yeah,
flying within 72 hours.
flying within 72 hours.
They say arriving, but they kind of accepted it for flying.
Right. So, yes. So, flying within 72 hours. So, they are sticklers for that. So, just make sure that you do, do a little bit due diligence, do your research because it's a hassle now when you're traveling. And I just wanted to just pop on real quick and to share this with you today because I know a lot of people, because those ticket prices are still looking very, very good, by the way. Okay, if you haven't looked, they're looking very, very good. I would encourage you not to be frightened to travel because on the airline they have such excellent filtration systems now. They really kicked it up, and they're clean. So, do you know if countries are requiring COVID-19 vaccination? You know what? No. You the only say airline that I know, and this is kind of veering off, is Qantas. I had heard Qantas is asking for people to be vaccinated. It's kind of up in the air. You have a lot of people, like I said, worldwide protesting. I mean, all over. In Australia, you have people protesting in the streets. They don't want to take the vaccine. They don't like how it was rolled out. They're not trusting their governments. I mean, can we blame them? Can we blame them? Nope. So right now, no. I don't think that they're going to. I think that it will get to that point that they're going to push that point, but right now, it's like I feel they're testing to see what they can do, what they can ask the people, what they can demand. It's just like, remember when they implemented the at the airports in the US after 9/11, they put into place this these security measures that are they're horrible, and they just can touch all on you and do all of that, and you know and I know a lot of people say, well, we gotta be safe. I don't know that that makes us any safer, but yeah, so they're just they're going to do as much as the people let them do. And I'm not trying to, but I'm telling the truth. I mean, I believe in telling the truth. So no, right now, I don't see any countries asking for it. I know here heavily in the U.S. We're in the U.S., right? So they're really saying, do your part, make sure you protect the next person. Um, Wear two masks, take the vaccine, no. So just be really aware, okay? But I would say check the prices. Look at the prices. The prices are still really good. I was looking at some places we wanted to go last year to Madagascar. It's still like one way is I think 670 or something like that. And that's on Delta. And the prices, that's what you want to look at. You need to take advantage of this right now. And if you're not afraid to travel, you need to travel. If you're healthy enough where you're not at risk of anything, because if you have a heightened risk, you shouldn't travel. But if it's, if you're fine, you really should take advantage. We were very blessed. We traveled December of last year through how can you say, through January. Greetings, Frank. Welcome, welcome. So that's just it. You need to take advantage of the travel right now. And I believe you me, I'm looking. And if y'all want me to come on and show you how I do it, I'm happy to do. I just go on the website, the kayak or whatever it is, and I look at that and I just put in alerts and price like that. I don't use a travel agent. I am my travel agent. Okay, we just put it in and just see what rate is best, where we want to go, and then we just go. But yeah, they're probably next year. They're probably going to put it put it into play, because that's one of the things they were saying with the digital pass, is that they're going to put where you can put the certification card, because right now, to tell you the truth, it's kind of loosey goosey. It's kind of loosey goosey. They're I don't see it being so organized, especially I'm here in California, and they're not keeping, in my opinion, very good record. So you have to tighten it a little bit more. And I'm not going to try to give them any ideas, but I'm just saying, right now you should be looking at these great, fantastic rates and travel, because truthfully, the airlines need to make money. Last year, let me see, I had some figures down here. Last year, of what the industry is in crisis. Total losses for 2020 was $118 billion. It's down 65.9% versus 2019 with the travel. So, yeah, I it's it's in my opinion, and like I said, it's my opinion. I could be uh, wrong about it. I don't think that they're going to be able to ask for that unless they get overwhelming cooperation with the people worldwide for this vaccine. And as it plays out, if it's safe, then people will agree to it. But there will always be people who are anti-vaccine. They didn't take vaccines before this, so you can't expect them to do it. Yes, welcome. I hope you are well too, Kwame. Welcome, welcome. So, if you guys have any questions more about it, Jeff, did you have something you wanted to add? Because I'm gonna close out. I just wanted to be real quick today to talk to the family. Hey, yes, we are blessed. We're blessed. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Because well, Jeff said we want to come and say something, but it's true. I just think that you have to. really, really pay attention to the travel requirement, because I don't want anybody getting caught up in travel drama and travel fiasco, because it'll just be yep, well, me neither. You can't. You have to, and you have to read between the lines. You have to just pay attention. Okay? You really have to pay attention. And but I think that they'll probably eventually probably get to, because I have a lot of friends who travel to different places, like a friend that does missionary work in the Ukraine, and she was saying, Yolanda, I think we better try to travel this year too. It's just the next year I think they're going to really try to be heavy with this vaccine. So we'll see. I'll just be doing this, okay, because that works, right? You have something to add, my love?
No, it's just probably for a whole different day is what I'm seeing, and what you're probably seeing is we're moving, inching
Inching. I like that,
incrementally,
inching.
small increment, closer to a one world government. And I think that's the
Yes,
thing that
that's,
people have feared
we push back.
a lot.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me, is the one world government, because as you can see, the narrative is being coalesced and pushed through the media and through the government
Yes.
for what they want you to think and they want you to say. You can have various opinions, which is, I think, is a healthy thing for any human
Society.
or society.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But what has been happening, and you see it on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, the people who have, like, there's some opinions that are on the fringes, but an intelligent community can see that and
Right.
disregard that.
Right.
So those opinions are okay as far as I'm concerned. But what's happening is more and more opinions are being cut off,
And silenced.
what is a deplatformed,
Yes.
demonetized,
Yes.
because it doesn't follow the party line or the
Right.
narrative
The
of the
narrative
of the
of the,
big media,
yes.
government, that sort of thing.
I have a problem with that
So
one.
I have opinions, and for the most part, it doesn't bother me, but I do see that the slippery slope coming, just like Yolanda was saying, in regards to the TSA when you go to the airport. Those of you are old enough to remember when actually at the airports you could actually walk all the way out to the plane with your
Loved
friend
one.
or loved
Right.
one and say
True.
goodbye.
No,
I remember those days.
I do too.
And at that time, you wouldn't, if somebody told you that in order to board a plane, if someone told you at that moment that they would scan your butt all the way through, see everything, all your jewels, they would touch you anywhere. They would make you take off your shoes, take off your belt where your pants fall down. They would go through all of your crap. They would not let you bring water. If somebody told you that 20 years ago, you would have thought, oh, that nobody would tolerate that. You would say
Hello,
no
brother.
one would tolerate it.
Kwame says hello.
What's happening, my brother? Good to see. I almost say good to see you, but good to see your message.
Right, Kwame.
But
Yes.
but what is happening is after 9/11, I remember when this actually, I'm going to finish it off with this one little thing.
Oh,
After
we have
9
some comments. Oh, just go on, sweetheart.
after 9/11, I remember my son was talking to me. He was saying, Dad, what's going to happen, that sort of thing. It was my oldest son. I said, right now, what is going to happen, and this is before it happened. I said, the government is going to do things. They have now the power and the right. Well, maybe not the right, but I guess it was. They now in a position where they're going to do things that you will not believe because of this crisis. And it was something I heard a politician say once before. He said, never let a crisis go to waste. That means that whenever a crisis happens, you'll see it. Whenever there's a crisis, the politicians jump up and they try to pretend like they're saving you. But what happens is they incrementally take your freedoms away. So, and that's what I told my son. And now I said, you're going to see things from the government that you will not believe. And within that time, we've gotten to the point where you have to just strip your dignity off just to get on a plane. So now this whole thing with the pandemic, you're going to see a similar thing. But anyway, I'm done with
We
that.
have some, yes, we have some comments. So Isaac says, I will build my continent, and Bill Gates of depopulation cannot prevail against it. Amen.
That's it.
Amen. And some more. Let's see. And Syed, she says 1984, right?
That's
Yes.
it.
Yes. Yes. And that's right, Brother Jeff. People's opinions are being killed.
Right.
That's problematic.
Right.
Even now, listen, this is gonna blow your mind, but when they took away what is this, Trump's Twitter and
Right.
Facebook, even though that man is obnoxious, but you're gonna silence the leader of the free world's Twitter account. What do you think they'll do for us?
True.
So
I remember
wow.
I said I was the last thing, but one quick. I remember at one time it was this website. It was a racist website, and it was I mean, it was like vile and I mean, they would say things about black people that was so just crazy racist. It was so racist. It was funny, and and I would go to the site, and I would go to the site and just laugh because it was just so crazy racist. But I felt like, well, any intelligent person who look at this will disregard it and disregard these people as fools.
Well,
but so I mean, so what I'm saying is sometimes you have to let the fools talk so you know who the fools are.
Yes, please.
So
you can say that again.
Right. Well, I said again, sometimes you have to let the fools talk so you know who the fools are.
Yes.
So this whole thing with trying to silence everybody and that sort of thing, you don't know who the fools are. So when you go to the store or you go to different places, the fool now is being secretive and sneaky, and he's doing or she is doing things that are just unbelievable. But I'm not going to go too deep into that.
Yeah, that's another show. Because we were saying that we wanted them to know about but we did want to come on today and talk about this travel pass, because that's important, and then to remind you to check, like in the US, I said it's travel.state.gov for information about travel. You can contact or email if you have questions. But right now, like I was saying, the most important thing is to know about those COVID test requirements. The country that you're going to, say if you're traveling to the country, like I gave the example of Tanzania, a lot of the African nations are not having the problems that we're having in US and Europe. So you may not have a test site when you visit those countries. So if you don't have a test site and you plan on returning to the US, then that's when you'll be in trouble. So think of things like that. But if you're not coming back, you don't have to worry about it. You'll just go and just be happy. Okay. So that does it. I don't see any more questions or comments. I thank you guys for joining us today for this short live. Perhaps, I know that I said I was going to ask about different topic, but I didn't get around to doing it. But I'll do a poll to ask, what do you want to talk about? What burning questions do you have? So, Jeff, I guess you can play us out. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
Okay, so we came up with this song today. So now I'm hoping the sound is coming out right.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us. You gotta tweak that sound.
This is the day the Lord has made, and I will be glad in it. And I will be glad in it. And I will be glad in it. This is the day the Lord has made, and I will be glad in it. And I will be glad in it. and I will be glad. Now here's the unfinished part. This is for you. Watch it.
Part.
This is the day the Lord has made, and I will be glad in it. And I will be glad in it. And I will be glad in it. Okay.
Hey, have a blessed week. I love you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. See you next week. Bye.